Hey girl, hey.
What's up, man?
What it do, y'all?
We are the Fab Five, and this is the Pretty Vocal Podcast.
The Pretty Vocal Podcast is a safe space created for us as Black women to voice our innermost thoughts and feelings about topics most people discuss in private because they are afraid to discuss it in public.
In this space, we dig deep, we keep it cute, but we never put it on mute.
Let's get pretty vocal.
Hello. Welcome back to the Pretty Vocal Podcast. How are you ladies doing today?
I'm
great.
No,
The band's back together.
All right.
The boys are back in town.
Everybody's back today. So we're going to go ahead and get it started with a little loose lips. This one says, would you rather lie on your mom or your grandmother? I already know my answer.
Okay, so like,
Lie.
it depends on which grandmama.
Yeah.
Well,
Because I wouldn't lie on my mama.
But you allow your daddy mama.
That lady, we be into it.
Yeah.
So, love her to death, love her down.
So she kind of answered.
what?
But a little bit might have to, yeah. I'm going to lie on my
Same.
daddy mama for real.
Now, if it's between my mama and my mama's mama, it's my mama all day. Like, I'm never going to lie on my mama's mama because I feel like that's my mama. So, but yeah, but between my daddy's mom, my daddy's mama and my mama's mama, my daddy's mama.
I ain't lying on my mama, y'all.
Not me either.
Yeah, I don't have no answer
Grandma,
for that.
I'm sorry.
I can't do that's what I'm saying. I'm sorry. I can't do it, though.
Yeah, I would lie on my grandmama. But my daddy, mama.
I allow either one. I ain't gonna lie.
I don't know. Look, 'cause I don't know my daddy, so.
Fuck you ain't your mama.
Yeah.
So whatever.
I don't know. I don't have no grandparents. So,
Oh, okay.
I mean, and then.
So it's okay to lie on them. They already gone.
Yeah, so I just be like, on my grandma.
That I need.
Right.
I mean, because they can't call them that.
That's awful. That is awful.
Oh, wow.
They know.
Oh,
my God.
They taking one for the team.
I swear.
It's okay, ain't it?
My grandma, that was my dog. She know she'd have my back even if she was here.
Yeah.
Well, that's what I'm saying. I can lie on my daddy mama because she gonna fight with me or with me.
Right.
So, either one.
I can lie on my daddy mama and just be like, I don't care. I probably lie and say I didn't say the lie. Like, girl, just go on there. Love you,
My
bye-bye.
grandma be like, "Yeah, I did it," knowing it's a whole lot. She
Wow.
right.
hell nah, not my grandma.
No.
Yeah, my grandma. was
Don't
my
you be
mom.
out there lying to them
Yeah.
people
Yeah.
about me.
Now, my grandma that will lie for me is my mama. So she'll
Same.
go with
Yeah.
it. But like, somebody to lie on, yeah, them other folks out of there.
I hate
Ain't
y'all.
nobody touching me.
Well, yeah.
Them other folks out of there.
They out of there.
I second that. I don't know y'all.
That's wild.
Such is life.
This energy over here.
I'm here for it, okay?
Well, speaking of relationships, and clearly
Lying.
it's some rocky relationships on my end anyway, if I'm willing to throw these folks under the bus. But
These paternal grandmamas ain't getting no slack.
I ain't getting no love.
No love at all.
Oh, well.
Dang, it's crazy.
Anyway.
You know what? Carson will feel the same way about her paternal grandma too.
Damn, so these daddies ain't shit and they mamas ain't shit.
Just a trickle down. It's a slippery
That's
slope.
crazy.
Damn.
Girl. So anywho, so today's topic we're gonna talk about relationships and boundaries and hard no's. And I just kind of want to y'all know my favorite topic, therapy.
I'm glad you embracing it, friend.
Girl, I love it. So for me, that's where I established having to relay those boundaries to the people that I was setting them for. So I had not the problem setting the boundaries, the problem telling the people. And so then when they crossed that boundary, I just cut them off, and they like,
What I do?
"Fuck going on? What happened?"
Mhm.
She was like, "You should probably let them know, you know." And I was like, "You might be on to something."
A
man."
heads up would be nice.
You know, just stop talking to you, be like, the fuck. But so no, for me, one thing that I can say that I've set as a boundary is for my parents. Not to go too deep, but like y'all heard me say, my maternal grandmother, I feel like is my mom. That was my nurturer. I was with her most of the time, and my mom worked all the time. My dad was
Your dad.
my dad. So, I didn't have those relationships like I seek to have with them, or the ones that you feel you're supposed to have
They
with
doing a lot out there.
your parents. So growing up, I was seeking that from my friends' parents. Whenever I was with my friends, and I saw, especially my best friend, her parents are still married, and I'm just like, wow, that's what that looks like. And then for y'all to love on y'all's kids like that and have the relationship where your kids want to talk to you and things like that. So I've been working on that relationship with both of my parents, but I feel like sometimes they take it too far too fast. And they trying to rush me, and I'm like, no, because we had 31 years to get here, and you just want to jump in a year or two now. And I'm like, slow down. Like, you have to nurture it like a regular relationship. You're not gonna force me to be all. I mean, I love y'all my parents, but I have to set my boundaries with them for how long I talk to them sometimes, because they still are who they are. And my dad is one of those ones where I'm an old dog and you ain't teaching me new tricks. My mom actually embraces what I've learned in therapy, and she wants to build this relationship with me, and I'm grateful for it. But sometimes I do have to put the pause on it, because I'm just like, it can get overwhelming for me. But my dad, he just like, listen, this the nigga I am, this the nigga I'm gonna be, and you just need to love me because I'm your dad. And I mean, I do love you, but I mean, I gotta tolerate that shit.
Yeah, but that's like what you said, because I'm your daddy. You know, and parents do feel like that, because I'm your parent. You have to do what I say. You have to do what I do. So if I'm, you know, playing double dutch in and out of your life, that's okay. And you supposed to welcome me back when I say I'm back. Like, it doesn't work like that, especially when your children are adults. Like, at this point, I got my own life, my own household I'm looking after, and you're telling me, an adult, that I have to do something. You not, you know, conducive as far as like paying my bills, helping anything like that. So it's really not you shouldn't be telling me. You should be coming to me like you would anybody else. Hey, how do you feel if we started over? Instead of demanding.
Yeah, I'm gonna say it be the demanding for me. Like he demands respect because he's my dad, and I'm like, it don't work like that.
It don't work like that. I feel like
especially not now that I'm a whole ass adult. As a
Right.
kid, you used to try to throw it at me, and I still want to go.
Not a
but I
half,
for sure
not a
ain't
half-ass
going
adult.
now.
Not a half-ass adult.
Yeah,
A whole.
a whole one.
Oh.
children need respect too, though.
Absolutely.
I mean, you gotta respect.
Absolutely.
That's a different topic for a different day. But I agree. I feel like parents think because they're parents, they don't have to give us any respect, and I get that all the time. I'm your mama. You're not my mama. Well, I'm not trying to tell you what to do. I'm just trying to tell you how to respect my boundaries. And a big thing for me is trying to set boundaries in order to break these generational traumas. And I don't have children right now, so of course I'm going to do that for them, but I do it a lot for my brother. I find myself taking up for him with my mom a lot because he doesn't know how. So that's why I always get like, I'm his mama. Why are you telling me? Because like I can already see where this is going. He gonna end up like me. So I'm trying to like stop it from happening today. And so I think that's important. More so, sometimes I feel like I need to set boundaries with myself sometimes. I think that's
That's good.
important. I guess they can be goals, but I feel like sometimes more boundaries, like I got to know when to cut certain things off and, be that drinking or going out, eating habits, things like that. That's important for growth and self-realization. Sometimes you got to tell yourself, like, you got to stop doing this. You got to quit doing this. And I think that's important. But then parents, I think it's tough for all of us, y'all. Like, I really do. Like, the older I've gotten, I've talked to more people, and it's just, we'll get there one day at a time.
We still they little babies in their mind, you know.
I think my mom, I don't have a problem with boundaries with my mom. I also feel that it's because me and my mama grew up together. Y'all hear me all the time talk about we the same age. Like, we really are the same age. So the boundaries that I set, she finds herself calling me, asking me, how should she set boundaries with people or respecting them? Now, it took a lot of conversation. Before I left for college, when I was under her roof, it was a lot more difficult to set boundaries with her. But now that we're separate, and I think that she knows that she's raised me to be the person that I need to be, so she trusts me a lot more to make decisions that I need to make, and she respects the decisions that I make. So that makes it a lot easier for her to respect my boundaries. Now I know that that's not everybody's story. I know that it's a privilege to be able to say that, but I don't have the issue with my mom. My boundary issues comes with social relationships, not intimate relationships with my mom, with my husband, with my sister. It's more friends that I have more of a challenge with setting clear boundaries. And not even setting them. You said your therapist told you, don't you think you need to tell them those boundaries? My issue is the toxicity in me says, I ain't got to tell you shit. If you are not rocking how I need you to rock, and remember, you got there one time, and I done told you, and you ain't getting it together, all right, I'm out. And then there are some people I just don't feel are worthy of me saying anything to. I don't respect their relationship like that, so I'm not going to say nothing. I'm just going to shift in how I need to shift. And you shift how you need to shift. You keep moving how you moving.
That's crazy. I feel like that too, because it's like, why? I tell you, and you like, but why? And now I got to explain myself. No, I'm not explaining myself.
No, we're not doing that.
So I said what I said. But the one other boundary that goes hand in hand with my parents though as well, which is a hard no for me now, is guilt tripping. They would guilt trip me. Like whenever I come to Memphis now, when I was living in Arlington, that's a 7-hour drive. And I'm making that drive by myself.
Arlington right there. It's about Arlington, Tennessee.
Girl, I had to make that drive by myself all the time. I mean, it's not a bad drive, but it's just like they were always turnaround trips because of the jobs that I had. It only allowed me to be there for a certain amount of time. And whenever I get there, they want me to come here, go here. I'm like, why don't y'all come see me? I drove the longest distance to get here. Like, come to me. And they would just make me feel so bad. Like, like when one time I went home and I was like, my grandmother lives outside of the city. So there's like an extra hour that I have to drive once I get to the city. And she was like, well, I know your grandma will really see you. Now, I just told y'all, my grandma, that's my baby. She understand and she know. But what did I do? I still went out there, tired as a fool. Like, my dad, you don't know, whenever you come in town, I can have this. And I'm like, well, if I died driving, trying to get here because I'm falling asleep because I'm tired, and I'm telling you that I'm tired, what I'm going to do with whatever you have for me anyway?
That's a whole conversation, though. Like, going into town and everybody feel like you got to do all that. But
I could do a whole episode on this.
I want to hear what Miss Thing got to say over
With
here.
these facial expressions.
Because about boundaries and stuff like that, like, I'm like Tay, like, I feel like mine is mostly with friendships. I do feel like I have a very headstrong personality. Like, I feel like a lot of people know not to play with me, but when I do let you know X, Y, and Z, and you still continue to move a certain way, then I'm going to get you on up out of there, away from my space. And that go for whoever, mama, sister, daddy, brother, cousin, uncle. Like, I just don't tolerate disrespect. It's like, and if I'm telling you something and I'm trying to have a real serious conversation with you and you're just continuing to dismiss how I feel and stuff like that, I don't really operate like that. So something in my mind can block you out, and it's scary to me because I feel like I can't really control it. Like, once I feel disrespected and I feel like I'm not being validated in my feelings, I immediately, something just switches in me, and it's like, okay, you out of there. But friendships, I don't feel as though everyone is worthy of my time and my conversation and my energy and my effort to express to you how you had me messed up. And some people I will have a conversation with, you know what I'm saying? Like, if I'm willing to and wanting to still have this type of relationship and wanting to move forward and for us to be bountiful and have a good relationship going forward, and there's no hard feelings or any type of small something in the back of the mind. But everybody not gonna get that. I'm sure you can talk to 5 different people and they're gonna have five different versions of Jasmine. But at the end of the day, for the most part, I've let you know how to deal with me. Even the people that I cut off with the hard nose and stuff like that, they knew. They knew they was crawling up on that line. You know what I'm saying? Because people around them knew me enough to let them know, like, hey. And if they didn't feel that they needed to express that to a person, then it is what it is. It's no love lost. Like, I just don't waste my time giving everybody my energy, because I feel like if you were teetering on that line of disrespect and stuff like that, because I feel like I also don't like to feel like somebody's playing with my intelligence.
I hate that.
So a little bit, I feel a little disrespected because you think I'm stupid, don't you?
Right.
You must think I'm dumb.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So the best thing for me to do is to just remove myself from the situation, And that's for people that I don't have a care for to move forward. Now my people, y'all know.
And we know because we done got cussed.
My people, you know what I'm saying? I want to say like, you had me messed up, and that made me feel this way, and I want to let you know that made me feel a way, and I want us to move forward in this way. So let's move along that
This
way.
way.
Yeah.
So,
Right.
Because
I
we the people
gave you-
now.
I gave
we
you
the
the
people
blueprint
now.
I done gave you the blueprint on how to handle me
She
and
done
how to
sat
deal
us
with
down.
me.
Okay.
She done sat us down and pointed us out because I want to talk to
Individually.
you. I loved that though.
Got
Like
us-
I really did.
Got us right together.
Yeah.
So boundaries. That was a boundary
Yeah,
that
it
was
was.
said. Like,
Yeah.
I
So
loved
now
it.
y'all know how to deal with me. So
Ooh.
if I move forward, if some, I've set the
Strike one,
foundation.
motherfucker.
You
This is-
set the
no.
damn tone, baby.
That was
now-
our one and only strike.
No, I ain't saying that I'm not saying that's your one and only. We're human and things
Yeah.
will come back. It might be something different, but as far as this, and that's why it's good to have the conversation so you can get that pushback or
absolutely.
that other side of it.
Mhm.
Well, Jasmine, it wasn't that. It was actually this. And then we can, and that's why it's good to have the conversations with the people that you want to move forward with. So you're not
Yeah.
harboring any feelings or misdirected anger or pent up frustration about something, and whole time it
It
wasn't
ain't
even
even
there.
It wasn't even.
So I feel like it's important to have those conversations and set those boundaries and expectations with the people that you love and care about, but the ones that you don't, they can fuck you.
For me, I actually put boundaries on my vision board, but it was not in a hard, no negative way. It's y'all know I got 1,000 siblings. We talk all day.
Can we pause real quick? Because I just feel like we got to give something to this shirt. Did y'all read this shirt?
I did.
Because she was over here making facial expressions before she said anything. Her shirt says, if my mouth doesn't say it, my face definitely will. And it is the perfect
It's
shirt
definitely
for what
saying
just
it.
happened here.
Definitely saying.
Sorry, sis. Go ahead.
But yeah, that's on my vision board, and I don't know if y'all have heard me say this in this group, but I'm working on making more time for my friends because all day long I'm talking to my family. So by the time I get off work, talk to them, go to the gym and eat, I don't want to talk to nobody else.
Yeah, what that lady say? My social time for today is done.
It's
done.
done.
Man,
And
she
I
sure
actually
did.
haven't even socialized with my friends. It's just my family. And I have told them, I'm like, y'all, like now that I'm married, I have to move away from only
you gotta
talking to
leave and
y'all.
cleave, girl.
Right? Like, oh my, and it's so hard, y'all, because I'm not working on it like I should. Because I still talk to them all day, every day, at 4 hours. Like, why? We got a
own
group.
personal boundaries.
I know, and I'm trying, and so that's hard for me because we are close. Like, I don't have an issue with my mama calling me. If my mama lived next door, she could show up to my house unannounced.
I don't know, man.
Honestly,
Tarvis,
when-
if you listening.
I
That was
used to
not
do
your
that.
daughter.
I used to do that
And
to my
Janet,
sister.
yours. And my mama live in Fort Worth. I mean, I was finna come over there and see what your daughter was doing. No, you wasn't.
And see, and we like, okay, I can ride past my sister's house, her car home, and knock on the door, and whoever home gonna open the door, and I'm
I will have
seriously.
you see my car in
Oh,
the driveway and will not come to the door. Cause why you here?
Girl.
And they're the only ones that could do that now. I ain't saying everybody can do that, but as far as like a negative,
You ain't got to worry about
for
us
them,
doing that. We ain't
Well,
just pulling
I
up to
live-
Far Worth.
But it's too far.
Oh, Lord.
If y'all pull up there, I know y'all really love me.
Girl.
Not unannounced.
I'm
Not
announcing that I'm
uninvited.
close
Right.
to now I got to use the bathroom because I drove out of town.
Right.
Like, I've been in the car too long.
We love you.
Cause who finna
That
pull
is
up
not
without
the
telling
way.
you for you not to be at home? No.
That's not my love language. Driving to Fort Worth.
Not driving to Fort Worth. No.
So yeah, it's just funny how some hard notes are negative and then some are positive, but you still got to work on them.
Yeah.
You know.
I don't think that any hard no could be negative though. I feel like if it's a hard no for me and a boundary for me, it's what I need for me. So that's
Yeah.
going to be
And it's
that's
beneficial.
positive. That's
Positive, yeah.
beneficial for me and for other people. Like think about if you didn't set boundaries with us, if you never the situation that we talked about, if you
Yeah.
never mentioned that,
Yeah.
we wouldn't know that it was anything with it. So
Exactly.
it wouldn't be a benefit to our relationship as a
Exactly.
group.
Exactly.
It wouldn't be beneficial for you to harbor on it. So I feel like everybody wins when hard
Yeah.
no's and boundaries are set
Yeah.
and communicated. Just communicate.
I've been, man, look.
Yeah.
That was all Jess.
I was just
Especially when
reiterating what
everybody
your
on the
therapist
same
said.
right, everybody on the same page.
For sure.
Because
Yeah.
some people you set a hard no, it's like now I got to be a
This-
B,
yeah,
a
and
B
they-
I
them
T
problem.
C
a
H.
bad guy, and that's
Yeah,
their
that's a
problem.
them
Yeah, and
problem.
that's a them. So
Mhm.
you know, which I don't give a damn what nobody say about me, but
Yeah.
mm.
I agree.
I mean,
That's a
I
topic
do,
too,
but I don't.
opinion.
I do, but I don't because I just feel like I do have a very intimidating personality. But I ain't gonna lie, I'm not going to tiptoe around about it. If you can't come to me and tell me how I disrespected you or how I made you feel this way or whatever, like sometimes everybody's personality is just not going to mix and mesh. I know that I can be very intimidating just by the facial expressions or whatever, but I'm not a super over the top bubbly, screaming when we see each other type person. So some people might take that as she don't mess with me or whatever like that, but really it's not the case because I don't really be studying folks, to be honest.
Yeah,
Like
that's what I
we
mean.
just talked
yeah,
about
That's
this.
what I be saying when I'm
We
like,
just
I don't
talked
care.
about this. You don't be studying folks, but folks be studying you, friend.
I know, and I hate that. Why?
People that care about you should be studying you. So your
Yeah,
presence.
they care about me.
But I'm saying you say no. But I don't care what people think about me or how they receive you. But you gotta care about that with people that
That you
care
care
about you
about.
But
and
I
that you care
said
about.
it's a yes and a no. I'm
She's
back
saying it
and forth
depends
with-
on.
Yeah,
You're
that's
saying
what
it
I'm saying.
depends on who it is.
Yeah.
The baby just said she might walk in here and she ain't gonna be excited.
Well,
she
gonna
ain't
be
gonna
excited
show
to see
no.
me.
No.
I don't know.
When I
friend.
first started, I said I'm back and forth with it because I ain't talking about people.
Okay.
People. Like it's only a few people who I really care, like, you know, X, Y. And other people, they can just express how they feel and that's dead on it. I'm not going to walk on eggshell, but I'm never going to disrespect someone. I can always be cordial, but you can expect something from me that's not going to be given to you. You don't know me. I don't owe you that, and that's just that. But what
That's
I'm
real.
never going to do is be disrespectful or purposely make someone feel uncomfortable. So if you feel as though I'm making you feel uncomfortable or just my presence alone is bothering you, please don't
Yeah.
ever interrupt you and what you have going on for that.
I feel
Please.
like the key word that you use was purposeful.
Yeah.
Like you're not going to do that on purpose, but
Right.
that takes people actually knowing you and
Yeah,
who you
right,
are
right.
to look at your heart and your
Yeah,
intention.
yeah.
Somebody that doesn't know you, if you walk in with this intimidating, we're gonna find another word. Cause you don't come across as intimidating. I feel like
To you.
because I'm intimidating.
I don't think that you're intimidated
okay.
because I'm not easily intimidated.
Okay. Well,
So,
I want to find another word.
Well, that's fine. It's what I'm just going out what people be saying to me.
Look at me thinking.
You know what I mean? That's all
I don't have a
She
word
gonna
today,
come back
y'all.
in
Y'all know
10
I usually
minutes.
do.
The first.
Right.
I don't know.
Y'all gonna come back in 10 minutes and say,
I mean, I hate that for them because I feel like I don't go into it like, and I'm not saying I don't be studying folks as though I don't care about you. I don't care how you feel. I'm saying like people don't bother me like what they have going on as far as if they're not smiling today or if they're not drinking today or if you know you're not super bubbly today or you don't want to turn up and twerk today. That doesn't bother me because we're all human. We have everything stuff going on.
True.
So I don't take what I'm saying by bother me. I don't take stuff personal. If it's not directed to me in a way that I feel I should take this as that, I don't that's what I mean by like I don't be studying for. I don't take in what you have going on unless it's really directed to me. That's what I mean by
That
I'm
makes
not
sense.
a heartless
Yeah.
B word or whatever like that. I care about people. I want people to have a good time. And that's why I said if you feel as though me being there is going to interrupt you, by all means, please don't invite me. Please don't have me around because that's not my intention. I want you to enjoy yourself or whatever. So, and it's not going to bother me that a person that's not my friend, my husband, my sister, my brother, like, that's not going to bother me that you didn't care to have me there. Like, it's genuinely not. Like, I want everybody to be cool and enjoy themselves. So that's all I can say.
Yeah.
For real. And I mean that from the bottom of my heart. For real, for real. So,
I'm mad
To-
that you
to all your
you,
lovers
you
and
censored
friends,
B word.
I was thinking
Talking
that. I
about
was
B
like,
word
as
after
much as
she
we
just
cuss on
said
here-
fucking.
okay. I'm just saying.
she pick and choosing.
Yeah.
It's a little messy, so.
Yeah.
Guess we're gonna roll the ball to the messiest of them all.
Oh my god.
Why she sit there like
I need a
me.
ball.
That's me. So, you know, we're talking about hard nose and boundaries, and of course, I like to get messy.
girl, not the voice
So,
Okay.
so I just want to know y'all's take. So we have seen stories, and we might know people personally where people are in relationships, whether they're married, and they might be the only child, the only son to a single mother, and they're in a relationship, and the mom is like, well, I come before her. When you pick me up and she in the front seat, she need to get to the back.
Didn't we just say leave and cleave?
We did.
But
My mouth wide
we
open.
said that and kind of skipped over it because it's some people out here that's living
Come back.
that. Even if you might be the son or you might be the wife or girlfriend that ain't getting along with the parent because they treating that like,
It's a hard no for me.
yeah, well, it's
Y'all,
a hell no for me.
I have so many
Wow.
family members. I won't say so many, but I have more than enough family members, friends that aren't in the best relationships or have the best relationships with their mother-in-law. And I pray to have that one day because just seeing it, I'm like, this is
And it
not-
starts with boundaries.
This is
It
not
starts with
okay.
boundaries in your
Absolutely.
relationship
Yep.
because how your spouse, the boundaries that you set with your spouse are the boundaries that they will set with their parents and their family members. So it's rare that I have empathy in those situations because I'm like, you saw this
right
before.
a long time ago.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Oh yeah.
And I know people say things like, I'm marrying them, I'm not marrying their family, but that's a lie.
You
Yeah.
are. You absolutely are.
They are
not.
their family.
And
Yeah.
so why do you want to be in this situation where it's just you and this person and you uncomfortable and you go around this family that you have married
I
into
love
that is
my
your
mother-in-law.
family?
This
And
family
I
whose
love
name
that
I
that
love.
My
you
future
have.
mother-in-law.
Got my whole
Yeah.
name and we don't get along? Like, yeah, I love that for you though. I do.
Yeah, and I have an amazing relationship with Hunter's mom. But we also, y'all know how I feel. At day one, we talking about everything.
Absolutely.
Because I don't want to waste a minute of my time
Right.
at this point. So at day one, how's your relationship with your mama? How does she feel when you date? How does she treat the people that you date? How many people have you brought home for you to know that she actually is okay with these people, these women
Right.
before me? You know, so I think that, again, and I've said this before, that we get so comfortable with just dating, we forget to even ask. So sometimes it's like, we done wasted our time. Now I love you. Now I got to make myself think, well, I ain't marrying
Rapid
they
fire
mama.
questions.
Yeah, like I'm not marrying their mama, I'm marrying them because you didn't even ask about that at the beginning.
You marrying that whole family.
You marrying
Because
everybody.
and not even like legally marrying, but like marrying. You
we
are.
all meshing together. Yep.
Yes.
Yep.
Why would I
Ooh,
do
I ain't
that?
gonna lie.
What is
Nasty. Yeah, as far like you said, the boundaries, setting that for your relationship and all of that, because I feel as though Donald knows me, how I operate. Like, I don't play no games with my mama.
And
So
Darren
I
have,
ain't finna play nothing with yours.
Darren have to protect these folks at times because he know me. So not his mama, but like family members. Like he absolutely sometimes have to protect them from the
Yeah,
beast
Like,
getting unleashed.
yeah. I will say I do feel as though my future mother-in-law is great. Me and her act a lot alike. We are both very alpha women. So I feel as though he understands that the two could bump heads.
Absolutely.
And it's for him at this point to get it together because I feel like we're not married yet. However, now that these boundaries have already been set before we sign this paperwork, now you done already corrected the things that should have been corrected when I told you I had an issue with certain things. And it was, everybody came together, we got everything all back together or whatever, and I can appreciate that from him and his mom, but going forward, then I can bring it up because at this point, I not really know how to handle me.
Yep.
So maybe he didn't express it to you how I really conveyed it to him. So let me express it at this point. And it's just
I think the issue is when people are dating, they are not giving the authentic version of themselves. So I may not set these
That's
boundaries
true.
when
That's
I'm
true.
your girlfriend trying to be your wife.
That's true.
And I just assume that when I become your wife, things will change.
that is so
Absolutely not. You need to
Yep.
set your boundaries in the dating phase because you can't just expect somebody to what you accepted when you was dating. Oh, I ain't accepting it as a wife.
Yep.
Yes, you are.
Yes, you are.
Exactly. Oh
It's
my
too late
God.
because now you love the person. You ain't. That's not who they married. They didn't marry you. I
Exactly.
just had this
Yeah.
conversation
Marriage
with.
representative.
Yeah, I had a
Yeah.
conversation with my niece. If you don't say who you are up front, then you want to be yourself after you get married. They're gonna be like, I ain't married this person, and we looking like, well, I don't know what to tell you because I already knew she was in there.
Yeah.
Not already knew she was in there.
Yep.
The beast.
I literally
Okay.
had the conversation last night. Well, this morning I had that conversation, and it's just like I used to be afraid of those conversations prior to therapy, like communicating up front what my non-negotiables were or my hard no's were when dating people. And now I'm out the gate now. I'm not at the first dinner like, you want kids? Because I want kids. Like, I ease into that conversation, especially like if it's a segue there. But we still going to have it very early on because I'm not wasting my time. But I'm very clear up front, like, what I'm looking for. I ask what you're looking for, you know, so we can see if we're even on the same road. So I just feel like communication is the key to everything. I'm big on communication.
Conversation rule the nation.
Yeah.
Baby,
We're
I
going
need
to change it to
clarity.
communication.
And what I've learned in
That's
this
true.
relationship, communication is big, but it's also how you say things in your tone. I've worked on that so much. Like, Donald has taught me so much patience and, like, has really softened me up a little bit because
Damn.
I
you
used to
soft?
be. I ain't no soft.
You look.
I ain't no pussy.
I'm about to say you a pussy ass holiday. Today.
No, but for real,
The
like,
nigga got a bushy.
oh my God. But for real, like, I used to be like, out the gate, like, I would just tell you straight out, and everybody can handle raw, uncut, trying to coddle them or whatever. Like, and I really hate that because I kind of be wanting everybody to be like me. Bitch, just tell me what's up.
Yeah.
Big fact.
Please.
Then we're gonna go get us a drink or something afterwards. Like,
Yeah.
let's
Because it
just
don't have to
go
be
get-
no beef.
It
Just
don't-
tell me what it
literally
is.
Don't
Right.
have to be beef, but like some people, you really have to handle in a different way for them to understand. But after I give you what I can give you in the way that I've learned to deal with you, that's it.
And I'm
Life.
telling anybody that's dating, looking to date, or about to get married, me and Hunter been together 8 years. January made 8 years. And everybody's like, why y'all wait so long? Why y'all wait so long?
Don't get
We-
me started.
We had a conversation early on about boundaries. And, you know, when we get married, you do have to make me number one. And him and his mom are super close. And he was like, you know, right now, if somebody came in here and had to shoot you or my mama, you know,
Oh, Lord.
he go there. You know, he's like, I'm not ready to choose you over my mama yet.
And
I
I
had
won't
to
even
res-
say on year one of being married, he gonna be ready to choose. Like his
Yeah.
mama, that's 30+ years of love.
Yeah.
So I think we just have to balance our expectations, and as long as you are moving towards that, for me, like you're showing me incremental, progressive steps,
Yeah.
Right.
that you're
Yeah.
moving in that direction. Absolutely.
It's your mentality for me. Because
Right.
I'm not going to expect you to say, and push your mama in front
'Cause
of the
then I'm
bullet.
judging you.
Because now I'm like,
Exactly.
Because I need you to be like,
did you hire the gunman?
I'm gonna find a way. I'm gonna find a way to say both,
Say both of y'all.
Right.
That's what I need you to say.
Right. So it's
Yeah.
like, but your mentality needs to let me know that you are going that route. Like,
That
you
you're
know what?
prioritizing
Because if
me.
you care this much about your mama and you want to push both of us out of the way, so now I'm up here with your mama, like, shit, okay,
Yeah.
I'm gonna be the wife, shit, okay.
Yeah.
And look at me talking about leaving Cleve and then say, girl, he ain't gonna put you before his mom.
Yeah, it took
Walking
a while.
contradiction.
Yeah, so and we're saying like from our perspective, what is the like from dating? Are you feel like since y'all are in a dating scene, do y'all feel like that? Just as I already said, she's not meeting him at the door with the questions, but she is asking the questions. But around what time do you do that? Is it like 1 month? Because I was like 1 month in when
I would say that's fair. A month is fair. And I'm very, I try not to introduce anyone to my mother. I don't care how much I like them. Because she will start planning a wedding. Like, in her head. Like, she gets real excited when I'm dating. Like, she ain't that
Yeah.
extreme, but it's just like, oh,
She
you're
got a Pinterest
dating.
board.
Yeah, she just gets real. It's too much. So I don't ever worry in a situation where whoever I'm with, they're not gonna get along with her because she ready for grandkids. But I have to set that. I have to set that boundary with her. Like, I'm dating. I like this person. It's been a minute. I ain't want to tell you yet because she just get too excited. But yeah, I would say about a month. A month in, I'm asking these questions. Folks be lying, but
Yeah, they do.
I feel like that seems so long.
I was just about to say, I don't wait a month. It's not the very
'Cause
first conversation, but it's probably the
I feel
following
like
conversation.
a
Correct.
month. How
I'm
many
just
dates
meaning
is that?
like
A month. How many dates is that?
I would say
Gotta went out every
depends on
week.
how many. Yeah, if we went out every
Look
week,
at Tay.
I'm not going
Tay,
out
maybe
every
he ain't
week.
take on no date.
I'm not going out every week.
shit.
I ain't having no
Yeah.
conversation.
I'm
with
hell,
you.
even we talking on the
saying,
phone,
I'm
baby. We gonna
saying
talk about
within
this.
a month, all of that has been covered.
Okay,
is what I'm
within
saying.
a month.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay,
yeah.
okay.
I was
That's
like,
what I'm saying.
wait.
I was a month
I
in
ain't
and I
dated-
knew
I thought you was
all
waiting
that
on me.
already.
Yeah, no.
I
All of
ain't
that
dated
has
since
been
2009. So I
Yeah,
thought
no,
things
that's
had
what I
changed.
It's been covered
God, they
within
done
the
changed
first
it, girl.
month.
Good night.
I ain't said
Good
shit.
night.
Your face. Give her your shirt.
Good night. Wrap it up because I'm done.
I haven't dated since 2009.
It's the
Damn.
fact that you said I thought some things have the roots might
Things
have
have for
changed.
sure changed
Yeah.
since
They have.
2009.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
They absolutely have.
I'm still coming with the same energy. Well, I don't have to
Because
with mine, but I'm
my-
coming with the
my-
same energy.
I ain't.
Mm.
I literally told Daryl that until I was his girlfriend, he couldn't handle my tuna mama. And now, if we want, we told you this last night. If we weren't married, we'd be out here in these streets giving out our tuna mama
Girl,
to
tuna
the rich,
mama.
to the rich and famous. Coochie
Yeah,
Vanucci.
anyway.
Okay, put it off. Y'all done got me in trouble.
We done.
You got
the snippet.
All right,
Wrap it up,
all
Jess.
right.
Wrap it up.
Well, so this episode's takeaways for me were about boundaries in relationships, communicating effectively the boundaries in these relationships, and their hard no's are not negative things; they're positive. Whether the person that you're giving the hard no to views it as that or
Yeah.
not, in the
They
long
business.
run, they'll
Yeah.
see that it was good for both of us. So.
Amen. Hallelujah.
On that note, I just want you guys to always remember keep it cute, but never put it on mute.
And that's how you stay pretty vocal.